What's up, everybody? Damon here, and in today's entertainment headlines, Avatar: Fire and Ash crosses $1 billion. If Netflix acquires Warner Brothers, it reportedly only wants to keep movies in theaters for a couple weeks before they hit streaming, and Leonardo DiCaprio is worried about the future of movie theaters. This is your Daily Fix. Avatar: Fire and Ash has become the third film in the franchise to surpass $1 billion at the global box office. But questions remain on whether it will end up matching Avatar 1 or 2 by the end of its theatrical run, or convince Disney to greenlight Avatars 4 and 5. On weekend 3, Fire and Ash made another $40 million domestically, marking a 37% drop week on week. It's now up to $306 million domestically. Fire and Ash is proving a bigger hit internationally, particularly in China, with $777 million so far from theaters. That makes for a grand total of just over $1 billion. Disney said Fire and Ash pushes the Avatar franchise total past $6.35 billion globally. The special effects heavy Avatar films cost a huge amount of money to produce, but they have historically made billions of dollars at the box office. Avatar 1 remains the highest grossing movie of all time, not adjusted for inflation, and has earned a staggering $2.9 billion across several theatrical runs. The Way of Water has earned $2.3 billion, meanwhile, cementing it as the third highest grossing film of all time, just ahead of Cameron's own Titanic. Will Fire and Ash end up matching the box office hauls of its predecessors? It's been slower to $1 billion than both Avatar 1 and 2, but not by much. The Way of Water, released in 2022, hit $1 billion 14 days after launch, and the original, released in 2009, reached $1 billion after 17 days. Fire and Ash managed $1 billion 18 days after release. Moving on, Netflix reportedly wants to keep movies in theaters for just 17 days after it buys Warner Brothers. In a report from Deadline on the Stranger Things Season 5 finale, which made $25 million in theaters at the same time it was available on Netflix, Hollywood was said to be worried about what the streamer considers to be industry standard windows before movies are made available on its platform. Quote, sources have told Deadline that Netflix have been proponents of a 17-day window which would steamroll the theatrical business, while circuits such as AMC believe the line needs to be held around 45 days. What's clear is that there will be a great deal of tension within Hollywood as this is all worked out, with Netflix's priority, as you'd expect, to bolster streaming. If Netflix does force through a 17-day window, it could affect everything from James Gunn's DC Universe movie, Man of Tomorrow, due July 9th, 2027, to The Lord of the Rings: The Hunt for Gollum, due December 17th, 2027. Then there's Matt Reeves' The Batman Part 2 and Godzilla Kong Supernova, both due in 2027. How would the likes of James Gunn, Andy Serkis, Matt Reeves, and other directors of Warner Brothers movies react to their work having less than 3 weeks in theaters before hitting Netflix? The $82.7 billion Netflix-Warner Brothers deal has sparked a tough response from some members of Congress, and it is expected to face significant scrutiny under antitrust laws. Netflix said it expects to close the transaction in 12 to 18 months, so at the earliest, December 26, but it could be as late as summer 2027. And finally today, speaking of this whole Netflix and Warner Brothers deal, the big question right now is, are we witnessing the beginning of the end of going to the movies? Hollywood legend Leonardo DiCaprio has expressed concern about the future of cinema going, wondering whether it will become a niche pursuit. In an interview with the Sunday Times, the Titanic, Inception, and The Wolf of Wall Street star wondered whether people still have the appetite for theaters, and if not, whether they might become silos like jazz bars. Quote, it's changing at a lightning speed. We're looking at a huge transition. First, documentaries disappeared from cinemas. Now dramas only get finite time and people wait to see it on streamers. I don't know. While expressing this concern, DiCaprio said he hoped real visionaries continue to make unique movies that are seen in theaters. DiCaprio, who starred in 2025's critically acclaimed One Battle After Another, isn't alone in being skeptical on the future of cinema going. But some have gone even further. Last year, Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos said the theatrical experience is an outmoded idea for most people and claimed Netflix is saving Hollywood. One Battle After Another ended its theatrical run, making $205 million globally. According to Variety, Warner Brothers needed it to make roughly $300 million to break even on the film, which means it's looking at a $100 million loss, give or take. And that's your Daily Fix for Monday, January 5th. Now that you're caught up on the news, watch our video on what to expect from Nintendo in 2026. I'm Damon Hatfield, and for all your video game news and entertainment news, stay tuned to IGN.